Today we are going to study microorganisms. I am already made videos on bacteria and viruses. So go and visit the channel. Question 1. Describe the structure of a typical bacterial cell and explain the function of its main components. Answer. A typical bacterial cell includes the cell wall, plasma membrane, cytoplasm, ribosomes, nucleus, plasmids, flagella, villi, and sometimes a capsule. The cell wall provides structural support and protection. The plasma membrane controls the movement of substances in and out of the cell. The cytoplasm houses the cell's machinery, including ribosomes, which synthesize proteins. The nucleus contains the bacterial chromosome, while plasmids carry additional genetic information. Flagella aid in movement, villi in adhesion and conjugation, and the capsule in protection against desiccation and phagocytosis. Question 2. What are the main differences between gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria? Answer. The main differences lie in their cell wall structures. Gram-positive bacteria have a thick peptidoglycan layer and teichoic acid, which retain the crystal violet stain used in gram staining. Gram-negative bacteria have a thin peptidoglycan layer and an outer membrane containing lipopolysaccharides (LPS), which does not retain the crystal violet but takes up the counterstrain safranin appearing pink. Question 2. How do archaea differ from bacteria and what are their unique features? Answer. Archaea different from bacteria in several ways, including their genetic sequences and membrane lipid composition. Archaeal membranes are made of either linked lipids, which are more resistant to extreme conditions compared to the ester linked lipids in bacteria. Archaea often inhabit extreme environments such as high salinity, temperature, or acidity. They also have distinct ribosomal RNA and do not have peptidoglycan in their cell walls. Next question. Explain the process of binary fission in bacteria. Answer. Binary fission is the asexual reproduction process in bacteria. It involves the replication of the bacterial chromosomes followed by the elongation of the cell and division of the cytoplasm. A septum forms between the two chromosomes, leading to the formation of two genetically identical daughter cells. Next question. What is the role of endospores in bacterial survival and how are they formed? Answer. Endospores are highly resistant structures formed by some bacteria to survive extreme conditions such as heat, desiccation, and chemicals. The formation process called sporulation begins when the bacterial chromosome is replicated and encased in a tough protective and protective protein coat. The mother cell then lyses, releasing the endospore, which remains dormant until conditions are favorable for germination and return to vegetative growth. Next question. Describe the different types of horizontal gene transfer in bacteria. Answer. The main types of horizontal gene transfer are transformation, transduction, and conjugation. Transformation involves the uptake of naked DNA from the environment. Transduction occurs when bacterial DNA is transferred by bacteriophage virus. Conjugation involves the direct transfer of DNA between two bacterial cells through a sex plus, usually involving plasmids. Next question. How do antibiotics target bacterial cells without affecting human cells? Answer. Antibiotics target bacterial cells by exploiting differences in cellular structures and process between bacteria and human cells. For example, penicillin targets the bacterial cell wall, which human cells lack. Other antibiotics may target bacterial ribosomes, which differ structurally from human ribosomes, or specific bacterial enzymes not found in human cells. Next question. What are the mechanisms by which bacteria develop antibiotic resistance? Answer. Bacteria can develop antibiotic resistance through various mechanisms. Mutation in genes that code for antibiotic targets. Efflux pumps that expel antibiotics. Enzymes that degrade or modify antibiotics. Example, beta lactamases. And horizontal gene transfer of resistant genes. Overuse and misuse of antibiotics accelerate the spread of resistance. Next question. Explain the concept of the microbiome and its significance in human health. Answer. The microbiome refers to the collective genomes of the microorganisms living in and on the human body. These microorganisms play a crucial role in digestion, immune function, and protection against pathogens. An imbalance in the microbiome can lead to various health issues, including inflammatory bowel disease, obesity, and infections. Next question. How do viruses differ from bacteria in terms of structure and replication? Answer. Viruses are much smaller than bacteria and lack cellular structure. They consist of genetic material, DNA or RNA, enclosed in a protein coat, capsid, and sometimes a lipid envelope. Viruses cannot replicate independently. They must infect a host cell and hijack its machinery to produce new viral particles. Bacteria, on the other hand, are living cells that can replicate independently through binary fission. Next question. What is the lytic and lysogenic cycle in bacteriophages? Answer. In the lytic cycle, a bacteriophage infects a bacterial cell, replicates its genome, assembles new phages, and lyses the cell to release progeny phages. In the lysogenic cycle, the phage genome integrates into the bacterial chromosome and replicates with it without killing the host. The phage can later switch to the lytic cycle under certain conditions. Next question. Describe the role of fungi in the ecosystem and human industry. Answer. Fungi play critical role in ecosystem as decomposers, breaking down organic matter and recycling nutrients. In industry, fungi are used in the production of antibiotics, example penicillin, alcohol fermentation, yeast, and food products like bread, beer, and cheese. Some fungi are also used in bioremediation to clean up environmental pollutants. Next question. How do protozoa differ from other microorganisms? Answer. Protozoa are single-celled eukaryotes with complex cellular structures, including a nucleus and organelles. They exhibit various modes of locomotion, cilia, flagella, pseudopodia, and can be free-living or parasitic. Unlike bacteria and archaea, protozoa do not have a cell wall and often have more intricate life cycle. Next question. What is the significance of algae in aquatic ecosystems? Answer. Algae are primary producers in aquatic ecosystems, performing photosynthesis and producing oxygen. They form the base of the food web, supporting a wide range of marine and freshwater organisms. Algae also play a role in carbon cycling and can be used in biofuel production and wastewater treatment. Next question. Explain the concept of quorum sensing in bacteria. Answer. Quorum sensing is a cell-to-cell communication mechanism in bacteria, allowing them to coordinate behavior based on population density. Bacteria release and detect signaling molecules called autoinducers. When the concentration of autoinducers reaches a threshold, it triggers gene expression changes leading to coordinated activities like biofilm formation, virulence factor production, and bioluminescence. Next question. How do biofilms form and what are their implications in medicine? Answer. Biofilms form when bacteria adhere to a surface and produce a protective extracellular matrix. This matrix facilitates the adherence of additional bacteria and protect the community from environmental stresses, including antibiotics and the immune system. In medicine, biofilms are problematic because they can form on medical devices and chronic wounds, leading to persistent infections. Next question, describe the different types of viral genomes and their replication strategies. Answer, viral genomes can be made of DNA or RNA, which can be single-stranded or double-stranded. DNA viruses often replicate using the host cell's DNA polymerase, while RNA viruses typically use an RNA-dependent RNA polymerase. Retroviruses like HIV reverse transcribe their RNA genome into DNA, which integrates into the host genome. The replication strategy depends on the type of nucleic acid and the virus' ability to manipulate the host machinery. Next question. What are prions and how do they cause disease? Answer, prions are infectious proteins that cause neurodegenerative disease by inducing misfolding of normal cellular prion proteins. This misfolding leads to the formation of protein aggregates which disrupt normal cellular function and lead to cell death. Prion diseases include Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease in humans and mad cow disease in cattle. Next question. Explain the role of microbiota in gut-brain axis. Answer. The gut-brain axis is the bidirectional communication between the gut microbiota and the central nervous system. Microbiota can influence brain function and behavior through the production of neurotransmitters, modulation of the immune system, and the gut-brain neural pathways. Dysbiosis in the gut microbiota has been linked to neurological disorders like anxiety, depression, and autism. Next question. How do extremophiles survive in harsh environments? Answer. Extremophiles possess unique adaptations that allow them to thrive in extreme conditions. These adaptations include stable enzymes that function at high temperatures, thermophiles, proteins and cell membrane that remain flexible in cold temperature, psychrophiles, mechanism to maintain osmotic balance in high salt environments, halophiles, and strategy to repair DNA damage caused by high radiation, radiophiles. Last question. Describe the role of microbial fermentation in food production. Answer. Microbial fermentation is used to produce a variety of foods and beverages. Lactic acid bacteria ferment sugars to produce yogurt, cheese, and sucrose. Yeast ferment sugar to produce alcohol in beer.